Yo guys, welcome back to the Fryday podcast. I'm your host Big J.
I'm RJ.
And today we've got a special guest. Take two, because we've already done it once.
I know, we've done this.
But we had a technical hitch, but it was a sick episode from what I remember.
Yeah, it was a very good episode.
No comment.
But welcome back. Thanks for coming back.
Lost tapes.
Lost tapes, yeah.
That's it, man.
I'm Aaron, by the way. In case you didn't catch that. No comment.
So Aaron, I met Aaron when I went to do some work with
Yeah, man.
a place called Shakezpeare. Shakezpeare. You done something with them as well when we came in?
So we...
What did you do?
I remember us coming down and we had a conversation with the youth of today.
Today?
Well, not of youth.
Oh, we did it today.
Not today.
I went to work today.
It was a few months ago, innit?
Yeah, it was a few months back to basically try and get him into work or helping them get into work.
Okay. Who was that with? Jenny and that?
Yeah, Chikodi and Jenny.
Yeah, that's it, Chikodi and Jenny. I think you did a full podcast.
He did a full podcast.
Yeah, you did a full podcast with them, yeah. And then they kind of called us back.
Yeah, man.
Good.
So yeah, that's why I met Aaron.
Yeah.
Bit of a, I knew he had something about a podcast kind of look about him, innit?
Yeah, no, 100%.
But I was gonna think, what does that mean?
What the funny thing is, I'll be honest with you. After we did the first podcast, we then found out.
Not we.
No, we found out you rapped.
I did, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't think we mentioned it much on the first one.
Yeah, we didn't talk about.
No, I kind of mentioned it at the end, but that's something that I kind of do. You know, yeah, I do. Been doing it.
How long have you been doing that for? If you don't mind?
For a while, for about over 10 years.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
We will get into that.
All of my life, so
I want to know a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So, from what I do remember, you're not from Leicester?
No, I'm not from Leicester originally.
Originally, where are you from?
I'm from Coventry originally.
Yep.
Coventry.
Yeah.
I grew up there?
I grew up there, yeah.
How was the early family life? Who was in the house?
It was shit, really. Mum was there most time.
Yeah.
That's it, really. My sister later on, but yeah. Early life, my mum moved about a lot.
And do you remember primary school? How was that?
Primary school, yeah, I remember primary school was probably like my happiest times, I think.
Yeah. I think it is for a lot of us,
I think
to be honest.
It was my most stable time in my life, primary school.
And we're innocent then, innit?
Yeah, kind of, but we're kind of innocent, yeah. But,
finishing at 3, getting home nice. Loving that life.
Primary school. But yeah, it was all right. Primary school probably the happiest time. I remember a lot about it.
Got any friends from primary school still?
Yeah, I got two. One kind of maybe, don't know, I ain't spoken to for a while. But one, yeah, we don't see much of each other, but birthdays, we make sure we reach out, Christmas, things like that, or mostly deaths and someone's died, this kind of thing. But yeah, we do reach out.
So early life, what can you remember? What was standout moments? What shaped you from early that?
Lots of things, man. The life we led growing up as young people in Coventry, being...
Coventry, people don't know, but is it ghetto, like, proper?
Coventry's effed up, man, badly. Like, it's like one council estate after another. And a lot of it's just feral people. Everyone's just feral, you know what I mean?
And is it small? Is it like everyone knows each other kind of thing?
It's probably got the same kind of population as Leicester.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same size of people, but Leicester's bigger.
Yeah.
So you're more spaced out. Like, you got all these big parks. You got Victoria Park, you got Abbey Park, you got Nyon Park, you got parks all over the place, man. There's parks everywhere. There's always big spaces.
There's nice greenery, yeah.
Always a space you can go, right? Coventry ain't got that. They've probably got like 2 parks on one end of the other end of the city. And it's just like from one area to another, it's like you cross a road. You don't even know you've gone to a different area, you're in a different area, Whereas Leicester, you can go months, years without seeing people.
Yeah, for real. We do. Actually do.
You can do that easy. Even friends, easy to done.
Yeah, fact.
But yeah, earliest memory. Coventry, what shaped me? I'm from a place called Henley Green, Manor Farm Estate, and Hillfields. They're 2 areas that I grew up in. Them areas, really, the life of the 80s and 90s, really.
And do you believe that you're a product of your environment?
100%.
Yeah?
And what was in that environment? What was it? Drugs?
Drugs, crime, everything. Prostitution, crime, drugs, everything, man.
And was it sparse? Was it everywhere, or was it
everywhere?
And why was that, do you reckon?
I don't know.
It's just poverty and not many jobs.
Yeah, why do people take drugs? What drives them?
Yeah.
What drives people to take drugs? Drugs is everywhere, man. Poverty, yeah, definitely. Lack of education. It gets pushed there for a reason. It's the same reason why you go to a rich area, you don't see many off licenses, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very rare, right? But you go to a poor area, there's off license on every corner. And you just have to ask yourself, that answers all the questions. So, if that gets pushed there, everything else gets pushed there, same way, But yeah, it was rough.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
To be fair though, it's no different to Leicester. It's no different to any other city. Every city's the same. We all have our same problems. There's drugs everywhere.
So, product and environment. When did your environment start affecting you? And what you were doing, and
my whole life, man. Really, some of my earliest memories really is about selling drugs, cutting up drugs at an early age, and I remember being like 7, chopping up heroin and stuff on the table.
Still going to school?
Still going to school, yeah. Just making sure we had money for my sister and stuff, and doing things like that. I know people think 7.
Was she older?
Huh?
Your sister, was she older than you?
She's younger than me.
Oh,
And
younger.
would you consider?
She wasn't born. She wasn't really born then. She didn't get born until I was like 13, 14.
Okay.
14 she was born.
And what age would you consider yourself completely self-sufficient, where you didn't need to rely on?
By 11.
By 11, you were.
Yeah. Well, we moved out. We moved out of Coventry. My mum wanted me to have a better life, allegedly. More like she was escaping from something. But we moved to Leamington for a couple of years, just me and her. And I used to go back to Coventry on the train. So that was like 1989. So I was like 10. So I used to go back on the train, back and forth every weekend. I used to ride a bike there. I had a mountain bike. I used to ride that. I had a race. I used to ride that. Down the old bypasses, the old roads. So 10, 11, self-sufficient. I was good from then.
And when you moved to Leamington, did things change or the same?
Nah, it got worse. Leamington, it got way worse.
I shouldn't even laugh at it. It got worse, bro. What the fuck?
Nah, because
Leamington's quite a decent area as well.
Yeah,
right?
but for us, when we got there, because, I don't know if you lot get it here, but places like Nuneaton, Bedworth, Leamington, Rugby, is like, they're all like the bumpkins. So I don't know if you think what's the areas, what's it called? I don't want no enemies. What's the areas called, man? The outskirts.
Yeah.
Loughborough, like they're not Leicester really.
Yeah, they claim to be Leicestershire.
Leicestershire, right? So that's Warwickshire, Coventry, Warwickshire. So they're like, when we moved there, it's like I was 10, but I was like, compared to the rest of them, like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And my brain's a lot older than these kids. These kids are still playing with, wrestling figures and action men and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck they doing? It's like, what's that? I never even had one. So what are they playing with? So the age, the mentality was very different. And then my mom got there, and my mom was a bit ghetto. She was gangster about her shit. So, long story short, within the 2 years we were there, she kind of took over the whole city with trade. And the police kind of escorted us out of the city, out of the town, and said, don't come back. And then we moved out, moved back to Coventry. My mum was pregnant, and then my sister was born. Yeah, my sister was born. Yeah.
How come you went back to Cov though? Because you still had
people
there, or
the police kicked us out. Anyway, we had nowhere else to go. Like, we got to go back to the city, innit? Not allowed here no more. They basically, I remember them raiding my mum, raiding the house, and I remember I was in the police station, mum was in the police station.
What did they find?
At that point, fuck all. It was some checkbooks and cards and
that kind of
stuff like that. At that point, and then they basically said to my mum and me, I was like 11 then probably. Yeah, definitely 11, 11, 12 nearly. And they said like to my mum, like, if you care about your son, we will take him off you.
Yeah.
You need you out of the city. You need you out of town now.
Stuck it on her like
so
that.
So she had to go and get in touch with the housing people and get a move real quick, and we did. We went back to Coventry.
We spoke about drugs, yeah? Yeah. Obviously, you don't have to say, but what's your earliest experience of taking drugs?
Smoking weed, isn't it? Like, smoking draw, like, when I was like 9, 10.
And would you say it's a gateway drug?
Yeah, it can be, yeah. It can be, yeah, I do, yeah. It can be. It depends. It's like anything can be a gateway to anything. So that means cigarettes are a gateway to weed, and if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
But it can be. But that's down to the mind of the person.
It is your mind.
It's your mind. So it can. If you're of weak-minded, and you're escaping from something, then that definitely would be a gateway to something. So if you smoke weed and the weed ain't doing it for you no more, and you've got a weak mind, you've got issues you need to deal with, obviously more will come.
Yeah, for
So
real.
it can be a gateway to most.
No, it can be, yeah.
All right, so Coventry. What was the second place? I forgot what it's called.
Leamington.
Oh, Leamington.
Leamington's bar.
Back to Leamington.
Back to Cov.
Yeah.
How old are you then? 11?
Nah, I was
13, isn't it? You said
yeah,
this
about
was born.
13 years. Thanks. I was a third year. I started school as a third year.
Oh, in secondary school?
Yeah, secondary school. College,
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's you, mum, and little sister.
Baby sister, yeah.
Baby sister.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had more responsibilities now because of baby sister?
Yeah, big time, because I wanted to make sure she didn't see what the things that I had to see and grow up with. So I was a bit more protective over her and a bit more. Yeah, I did a shit job, really, to be fair. But
When you did move
Your
back,
foot on the
sorry.
brakes. Sorry, with all your lifestyle, did you put your foot?
Yeah, I was just about to say, did you get straight back to work or?
Yeah.
What, at 13?
Yeah, when you went into Cove.
My mom did. I was only like, I wasn't really like, I was a young kid, so I was.
Yeah.
They were the dealers. They were living that life. I was the product of them. I wasn't
Around
like
it.
no Don Corleone. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I was a little kid that was born into a situation by other children. Because my mum was young, she was 16 when she had me. My dad was young, he was 18. So I was just another kid born into a situation to other kids who didn't have a clue in the world of what they were doing. That's, you know, it was 1979, coming into the 80s. They were teenagers and they had a kid.
Not much help.
They didn't know what they're doing. You know, I'm a mixed race kid. You know, in the 80s, you get looked down upon. There's a lot of racism still around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's all that going on. They've got their own issues that they came up with, you know, with their lives. And I'm just stuck in the middle of it, trying to survive. And God willing, I did. I survived it. So it wasn't a thing where I was a drug dealer. I did that. I used to cut up the food when I was young.
Yeah.
To make sure my mum got her money back, which was our money, which was our family allowances and to make sure it didn't all go where it shouldn't go, to make sure we got some back. And that's why I did that. You know, I wasn't really out there like shotting at that age. Like,
do you know when you
go to school and shit? But I was learning these things, picking these things up at that early age.
Do you know when you just talked about survival? Yeah. In your mindset, was it just survival, or did you want to get out of that lifestyle and out that place?
Man, I don't know.
Or did you think this is it? This is what
by
life is?
by the time I became a teenager, I kind of was deep in that lifestyle myself. So, you know, I was never really a drug dealer. I didn't really like that because of my family situation. I kind of despised drug dealers, you know.
Yeah.
I learned to hate them. I grew to hate them.
Any other crime that you were?
Yeah, I used to rob drug dealers. That was like my...
That was the thing.
When I become a teenager and I become older and I became really active in this world, drug dealers were my choice. In my stupid young head of trying to justify my actions, because obviously I knew things were wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. I knew that.
Yeah.
But there was no other way. There was nothing else for me to do that I thought I could do at that time. You know, school was a no-go. I was always getting kicked out of school. Had problems at home. Had loads of issues going on. And so in my head, I justify robbing drug dealers by being a Robin Hood character. The lesser of two evils. I'm actually doing society a favour. You know,
It's not the perfect crime, innit? Because they can't really go to the feds, innit?
I was Batman. I was the Batman. You know what I mean? Or Venom. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. If you rob drugs, on the street, it's going to be the same value. If you rob, like, let's say, a robbed iPhone, it's going to be two to three.
The thing is, I always look at it like this. I was always conscious of this, right? That those people, you'd be a victim, a normal person in the street, in a shop, doing their job. They become victims, right? They are victims, and they're not in this lifestyle.
They're civilians.
Right? So they're civilians. So what am I messing with civilians for?
Yeah,
right.
No,
and
facts.
Who am I to bring my shit to them? So in my head at the time, it was, well, these people are poisoning our people, my people.
Yeah.
They're the ones that
your community.
They've caused all the trauma in my life. It's the drug dealers. They're the trauma people. They're the ones that caused all the trauma in my life. So they became my they became my what's the word? Targets. Yeah. They became my main target and focus. And it was easy because, like, you know, they got choices what they can do on it. They can either go to the police, and grass. Well, some do. They do that.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they will do that. And grass themselves up. So it's unlikely. The percentage of them doing that is very unlikely, right? Yeah. They can either shoot you or kill you, or they're entrepreneurs, right? Or they can just keep it moving.
Yeah, take it, innit?
Take the hit, come back again. And everyone's happy.
But yeah, when you rob drugs, they stay the same price.
You know, so that was my way of justifying it.
Were you selling what you robbed? What did you?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah, but I sold it off.
Sold it off cheap, like whatever.
I wish I could truthfully say, yeah, I flushed it all down the toilet and kept the cash. No, obviously not. But yeah, obviously not.
And how long did that go on for? And then did it ever hit?
I mean, that
was there any consequences ever?
Yeah, man, loads of consequences, man. Get out, man. I was in and out, I was active till I was about 21.
Yeah. In Coventry.
I was active till I was 21. And then, obviously, that was when I got my last prison sentence, and everything changed for me.
You know when you said last prison sentence. How many sentences did you do, and what prisons were they? Do you remember?
Oh, bloody hell.
The reason I asked you was, did you keep seeing the same people in there?
Yeah, all the time, yeah. I literally was watching a program the other day on telly, this parole program.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, it's on iPlayer at the moment, about parole. And I literally seen a kid, he's the same age as me, he's 45, so that I grew up with.
I get PTSD watching prison shit, you know.
Mate,
I hate it.
this guy had hairs on and I was my earliest crime, my first ever crimes were with him.
Oh yeah.
It's even like on the show, it even came up like his previous convictions.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was with me. And it was like but it made me like feel bad because he's still in that situation.
Yeah.
He's still there.
He ain't broke the cycle, innit?
He ain't broke the cycle. He's still in now, and I could see in him that he's just lost.
Yeah.
The guy's completely gone.
Is there a reason you think he ain't broke the cycle? Why do you think you broke the cycle and he ain't? What's different? Or did you get a chance? Did you get opportunity that he didn't?
I just created my own opportunities, really.
So you said 21 you stopped?
I don't know, educating myself, I don't know.
So what made you just say...
Well, obviously 21 I got my 12 years, I got the big sentence, I got my last sentence was 12 years, so that was when I was 21, so, you know.
And what was that for? Robberies,
yeah.
Yeah. And did that one hit? When he was there at court?
String? Not robberies or no?
It was a couple, two robberies and...
And did you know it was going to be 12?
No, I thought I was going to get about 7.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah. But I was happy that I didn't get... I had some violence on there as well.
Oh, yeah.
That got dropped, so that would have made it... there was no IPP then or anything like that. It was 2 strikes. That's in 2000. They used to have a rule called 2 strikes law in Britain. 1997 Criminal Act applies. Came under Tony Blair. And so that was like 2 strikes, you get life. So that was worse than IPP, because IPP...
You can still get out.
You can still get out, but you got life where the old life would have been just the same as a life for life.
Yeah.
You still get out after you can still get out your first parole or whatever after parole. So IPP is a little bit different. You know, they get paroles every so often, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have got that fucking 2 strikes thing.
And was it a robbery on a drug dealer?
Yeah. It was, yeah. Shit. It was. He didn't say it was drug dealer, but yeah, it was drug dealer.
I just want to quickly step in, yeah? I don't know if you've seen it.
What?
They're letting everyone out early. Seen that?
Yeah, of course I have, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
How I feel about it, it depends who they're letting out, innit? It's like the reality of this is now, the reality is they're going to let out the wrong people.
Fraudsters.
They're going to let out paedophiles.
Facts, bro.
They're going to let out rapists. They're going to let out people that are good while they're in prison, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to go to the low, like mostly to the low trouble prisons, right? Which is mostly the nonce prisons, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to let out loads of paedophiles. Of course they are. The majority they're going to let out are going to be paedophiles, rapists, because they're not in prison kicking off. They're not in prison going nuts, right? They're not in prison revolting, right? They're probably in prison just playing the system and going out there. And they only get short sentences. Let's be real. Like
it is.
They get short sentences.
Classes and shit.
Come on, man. So look, if I go and rob the bank down there, right, and take a few grand out of the bank, didn't hurt nobody, just took some money, all right, I got caught, I get 10 years. Standard. Without even touch and go, right? A paedophile goes and touches a young person, right? What happens to them? They probably get, probation for the first time.
shit's
It's fucked, man.
Right.
It's fucked, man.
Fucking
Or they
backwards.
do things like, look at that
Stupid,
guy.
bro.
What's that guy? You see that news report the other day? What did he get? Nothing.
Oh, that Hugh Edwards or
Hugh
something.
Edwards, they get nothing. It's ridiculous. So
I remember that guy in Leicester got caught recently. What was his name?
I'm not going to say his name,
No,
bro.
forget his name, man.
Man said, what was his name?
Man. Forget his name, man.
But yeah, bro, fuck him as well, man. Little pussy hole,
I
bro.
know, yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, I
It's
got
not
my opinion is like there's a reason being, right? Let me put a situation to you, right? If I never lived the life I led, but I was from where I'm from and I've seen what I've seen, and I went to university, got my law degree, later on became a judge, right?
Yeah.
Done really good for myself, worked my way up, right? I'm doing good. I'm going to see people every day
Yeah.
that I can relate to. Young guys. I'm probably in my 60s.
You've
now.
been there, innit?
All right, so I got a young guy in front of me, right? He's in for, selling drugs. He's 18 years old, or he's in for robberies. He's 18 years old.
Single
I'm going to
parent
have a
as well.
little bit of empathy towards him.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a little bit of compassion towards him. If anything, if I don't have that, I'm going to have a bit of understanding.
Yeah.
Why he's doing that.
Yeah,
why
exactly.
he's
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that,
you
where
can
he's at.
understand where
So
he's
that
coming
may
from.
lead me to be a slightly bit more lenient when I'm sentencing this person.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go to a rape case or a child abuse case.
Yeah.
You got a judge there, right? Who for some reason is witnessing the most heinous crime. I think we all can agree in this world. I think every one of your viewers on whatever camera,
Yeah.
right, can agree that the most heinous crime you can do in this world is paedophilia. Murder is not up there, right? Because the child's got to live with that for the rest of his life. It ruins lots of
No,
people's
yeah, it
lives,
does.
right?
And
It
not
ruins-
just the child.
It can ruin future generations.
Yeah, yeah,
It can ruin lots of
100%.
people, right? So that's the most heinous crime. Okay, so the judge has just witnessed, sat there, listened to 6 months or 6 weeks of this case, of all this horrible stuff. And at the end of it, guilty. All right, Your Honour. I'm going to give him 2 years. Why? I'm going to give him a suspended sentence. Why? Let's rewind back to what I said.
Backwards, man.
Rewind back to what I said.
There's a reason.
Rewind back to what I said. If I was a judge
Yeah.
and I had a robber or a drug dealer in front of me,
Because you relate to them, innit?
because I
That's
can
why.
relate to that, because I have empathy, sympathy,
Yeah.
because I've seen it, I've been around it. I never chose to do it. So what does that tell you about the judge when
Same
he's dealing
thing.
with a paedophile? You make that. You can write the rest in the comments.
Comment below, basically.
No, it's
We
true.
all know, innit? It's all facts, innit, man?
It's true.
You don't even need to say it, bro.
100%. It's 100% fact.
But back to your story. Prison, 21 last time, 12.
Yes.
How long did you have to do of the 12?
8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, I did about 8.5 of it. Yeah, because it was a different system, and it was like if over 4, you did 2/3.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you feel prison ever changed at any point in times that you went back in? Like, obviously, did you see any changes in prison?
Only when they got tellies and power, like electricity. Like didn't get that to like 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, what was prison life like before that? What did you actually do there? Obviously, day to day, they're still working that, yeah.
Listen to radio, write lyrics. I don't know. Shout out the windows. I don't know. Throw lines. Go gym.
Yeah.
Go work. That was it, really.
That's it.
That
was
Did
it,
they
that was
put
it.
you in jobs there?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They just assign you and say,
Yeah, they give you like warehouses, like basically slave labor, and that's basically it.
Oh, that's it.
I remember I was in Loudon last time I worked, and it was doggy selection boxes for Christmas. You had to put them in the trays, and then you get paid for each one you do. And then you had to do the catnip, putting catnip into little bags, to like these weed kind of bags. Horrible jobs. Yeah, same work they do. Yes, really.
I asked you earlier, do you keep in touch with any of your primary school friends?
Yeah.
Have you kept in touch with anyone from prison?
Some, but I don't like to.
Yeah.
I don't like to. You know.
Why?
Because it's the past, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like,
It's
we
the
leave
pa-
it where it belongs, man.
No, but you meet good people. Some people.
Yeah,
Sometimes you do.
yeah. It depends. It depends what they're doing when they come out. If they want to do the same stuff, I just give them a wide berth. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
You know, but if they come out and they need help and they actually genuinely want to do something, then I'm interested.
Has anyone reached out to you from that life
Yeah.
to say, you know what, I
Yeah.
need your help, I want to do
Yeah,
something?
I did help somebody. They want to start a business off, so I knuckled down. I was working on the council at the time. I went sick from the council for about 6 months. Just helped them with their little venture.
I don't think you clocked what he said. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I did.
So their little venture. And then, but yeah, they just kind of like, I kind of, yeah.
You know, when you come out here, did you find it? How did you get a job? Because obviously, a lot of people find it hard to get a job, get by, not go back to the same thing. How did you avoid that?
Man, it's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously, you come out with nothing most times.
And did you go back to Cobb, sorry, when you come out as well?
Yeah, I did. Come out with nothing. Came out, had a daughter that was 8 years old, nearly 9. So everything I had went to that life, really. Help her out and try and build a relationship with her. But I didn't have much. So job-wise, I mean, I was lucky. I had a friend who, James, so big up James Boyle, yeah, remember his name.
Big up James.
Big up James.
Who worked for a job agency in Coventry. He was always giving me good jobs. So he'd always give me like decent shifts at decent places. So I was lucky in that respect. And obviously we all wobble when we come out, and obviously the old life's always calling you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I managed to find a way, and I met a woman. And
did you have to try to avoid certain people from the old
life? All the time.
And do you still go back to Coventry now?
Very rarely.
Not really.
Very rarely. I hate it. I hate the place. It's not. I hate it because
of memories or not.
Or it just hasn't gotten better.
It's small-minded there. Like people can't think. They can't think bigger. I don't know. To me, anyway, they can't think outside of that box they're in.
All right. So you met a woman.
Met a woman. Moved to Leicester. And Bob's your uncle, you know, you're right, yes.
Where did you meet the woman? Did you meet her here or there?
I met her in Coventry in a nightclub.
But she was from here?
She was from here, yeah.
Okay.
So she pulled you out of there?
She pulled me out of there, yeah.
She pulled you out of Coventry?
She was just lit up. She was like a bright light like that. I just followed it.
That's it.
What have I got to lose? I might as well.
Why not, man?
So moving to Leicester, what was your first job here then? And how was the move? How did you find it?
Refreshing. It was like, in Coventry, I was always Toddy. I was never Aaron. Never been Aaron in my life.
Yeah.
Moved to Leicester, blank canvas. I don't know. I know people, but from prison, and you don't see them very often. But I don't really know people on the ground. So it was a fresh start. It was clean. So it's like I could be Aaron, and I was.
Did you reinvent yourself, kind of thing?
I was not reinvent myself, just find myself for the first time.
Okay, yeah.
And realise I actually was never that person. That was just a mask to a coping mechanism.
And do you feel like,
you know?
Do you feel like anyone that kind of has gone through like a coping mechanism of dealing with the past and they are thinking of moving out of the city, would you give?
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah?
Just do it. If you feel like the city that you're from or where you live in is, you gotta be honest with yourself. You know, like you see a lot of people come out, they're back in, like they come out with good intentions, end up back in because their surroundings are just always, and it ain't the surroundings' fault. It's that they're not able to grow themselves. So you're coming back in and trying to fit back into that box, and the shape don't always fit. So, yeah, get out, keep it moving. You know what I mean? You nothing to lose. It's better if you got something to leave behind, but you know, sometimes you gotta be selfish. Just go.
So, what was your first job here again?
What was the first job here? Asda.
Asda, yeah?
Asda. OP, Asda.
Humble start.
Yeah, Asda.
Asda's some hard work, I've heard, man.
Hate it. Horrible job.
And what age were you, sorry, here?
I was probably about 32 then.
Also, in touch 30s, had music started?
Yeah, well, I'd been doing the music since forever, really. But when I moved here, I was kind of like given the opportunity to be free with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And really just knuckle down and get involved with music.
So were you doing music in Cobb before as well?
Yeah.
And what's your inspirations with music? Because I hear a lot of a lot of hip hop, like straight hop.
Yeah, so you're kind of different to the usual guest kind of music guest that we get. So
yeah, my inspiration is I use the music for medication, a place to vent.
Yeah.
You know, talk my shit if I need to. Just get feet off your chest. Quiet place. I don't really ever make music for other people. It's always just to get off my chest, and that's it, really. You know what I mean? I don't really.
And have you always used music as like a mechanism to just get shit off your chest?
Yeah, whether it's writing, always. Yeah, writing. I mean, I've got books and boxes of books of lyrics from prison and stuff at home, my mum's house. But yeah, always. Yeah, just for that.
Did you used to spit in prison and that?
I did, yeah.
And then Wait,
Did you? I made
is that when you started then, or were you already spit bars?
I was already spitting before, but back then, before I went to prison, there wasn't really.
Were you doing open mic
technology.
nights and like that?
Nah, not there. Not before prison. No.
Okay.
Nah, too busy doing other things. Then.
So you gone prison, started writing bare.
Yeah. Then when I came out, obviously, and ended up moving to Leicester. I had the space to do it, the headspace as well. I had a little job. I had no pressure.
Yeah.
You know. And I just started making music. Bought some little equipment and just started doing it myself. And just
Have you ever thought of pursuing that professionally? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, but I did at first, but then it was like, yeah, I'm not really poster boy material. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you get a hit record, I'm in trouble. It's like then the hit record, then the criminal record comes out right behind it. You know what I mean? So it's like
It now kind of ties in with some artists. It kind of like
that's how I thought back then. You know, that's how I thought back then. But to me, it was never about doing it for a career.
Okay.
It was always about just for medication reasons, for mental reasons. You know what I mean? Just to get things off your chest. It's a good way of relieving your body from shit. You know?
Right.
Okay,
you moved to Leicester. You said, sorry, when you came out of prison, you had a daughter.
Yeah.
Were you still in touch with her when you moved to Leicester, or?
Yeah. We had a few fallings out over the years, but yeah, the relationship's a bit strained. Always has been.
Yeah.
Obviously,
you weren't with the baby mum.
Away from her, not with the baby mum. No.
Yeah.
So it's like, but we try. We try to be nice to each other.
How's the love life now then?
My love life.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
It's all good, yeah.
Married?
No.
Not yet.
Playing the field.
Uh-oh.
All right, so writing prison bars. So you spitting to other prisoners and that, and then
Yeah, we made I've always been involved in music, so I know how to use studios. I've always been that's like I'm a little bit of a geek when it comes to technology. So
yeah.
I've always knew how to use any. You could put me in any studio in the world.
Engineering it.
I could engineer it, no problem.
Yeah.
So in prison, we used to use whatever equipment we could get out of to make little tapes and stuff like that. But then I went to Loudon Grange before I come home, and we managed to blag them to buy a MacBook. We blagged the education department to buy a MacBook. We blagged them to buy a Firewire, like an audio interface.
Yeah.
We blagged them to buy a mic. And then we used to go education in the evenings 2 times a week.
Yeah, tell them this is going to help us. And then
Well, it did. I did. So we started making our own little music in there. And made a little tape in there, made a couple of tapes in there, to be real. And then I came home, and obviously then ended up Leicester, started doing it again. And
And you're out here then, obviously you've come out, you ain't got no more restrictions of what equipment you can get. You can really get, obviously, studio time, any equipment. So did you do any open mic nights, or did you do any recording?
I've done loads when it comes to music wise, like hundreds of shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I started like in 2012.
Oh, so
I think that was my first show. That was Godiva Festival in Coventry. Did there. And after that, I started I did shows all around the country.
Yeah.
I did all around the country, and then I've done loads of shows in Leicester.
Where's the best place you performed?
Scala in London.
Scala in
Scala in London. That was a good place.
And what you do? Are you turning up here, or they're booking you for these gigs?
No, bookings. I mean, because I used to roll with a guy. You ever heard a guy called Skinny Man?
I was about to ask you about Skinny Man.
Yeah. So I still do roll with him. It's my boy. So
yeah.
So I've been rolling with him now for a
Skinny
while.
Man's a legend in the game. If you know, you know, innit? Man? Do you know Skinny Man?
No.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Get him out.
Trust me.
Get out. The door.
He says he knows music. He says.
How can you not know Skinny Man? Like he's the UK. He's the UK general. Like he's legendary. Like he's.
You know what the worst thing is? You got a tooth like Skinny Man. He's got that thing.
Like, he's legendary, man. Like, he, for this, when it comes to UK hip hop,
100 facts.
He's the guy. He's only ever had one album out, and still to this day tore off this album.
And his performances are sick as well, man.
Sick as well.
Who would you say is the toughest UK hip hop artist right now?
Me or Skinny Man?
That's it.
That's it. Everyone else is trash.
Who would you class as UK hip hop?
Yeah,
because obviously
anyone that raps in a British accent.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me ask you something then. Yeah. You know back then, yeah. Because I see a lot of like old school shit. Yeah. The rap.
We rapped in an American accent.
Yeah.
We did, because that's at the time. You got to remember at the time, right? You see, you guys are probably younger, right?
Yeah. So I remember it though.
That's all we had.
Yeah.
Right? That's all we had. Or we might have had, you know, Rodney P, but that was garbage, man. Like that London Posse stuff was garbage. Let's be real.
Didn't rate it.
Don't rate it. Still don't rate it. Don't rate him. But that's all we had, really. And that's what we would listen to. So we picked it up. But then something happened in the 2000s. And it's all changed. It all changed. You know. So then.
And what do you think of the change of the music scene? What do you think of like people like Central C?
Garbage.
Yeah, but what he's doing for the scene?
Nothing. Doing nothing for the scene. So what's he doing for the scene?
Who do you think is doing something for the scene right now then?
Who do you, there must be someone in your head to think, you know what?
Not many people.
None? Not many. So there is one.
Not many people. I can't even think of, well,
You have to pick one name out of a hat from the UK.
Not out of a hat, bro.
Okay, no, one name from a UK music scene that you think, you know what? I'll give.
So when you say there's many promoters out there. Keep it real. Loads of people that put on shows and promoters.
Artists.
Artist wise, there's loads of artists out there that are good, like, but no one's doing nothing for everyone's doing it for themselves. No one's doing nothing for the UK scene. What can they do for the UK scene?
Yeah.
Not fair.
The music scene is not just a UK scene anymore. The music scene is an internet scene, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's putting their music on Spotify. That's just killing themselves. Before they even had a career, they're killing a career.
But you know what I saw?
I took all mine off. All mine's been taken down. Like in the next 3 months, all my music disappearing offline because there's nothing in there for nobody. It's just a way to steal your music.
No, but you know what it is? You know, have you seen, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of artists now, they're using different platforms to release. So yeah, Spotify and Apple Music is your way to go. But let's say, for example, Central C, he did it on YouTube. J. Cole recently did it on YouTube. Kendrick Lamar.
In order to make money, right? See, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, right?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be those that are really making it, and those that ain't, right? And the majority of people that make music in this country, in the world right now, are making nothing of streams. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Right, you had Snoop Dogg talking about he had billions of streams and got some like $40,000. Like.
Yeah, I've seen that.
From there, I was like, what? Snoop's only getting 40,000 check.
It doesn't make sense, innit? That's why Snoop does so many side missions, innit?
Exactly, because he has to do Deliveroo or whatever. It's Just Eat adverts.
You know what people?
He shouldn't have to be doing adverts like that. Should Snoop Dogg have to be doing Just Eat adverts? How degrading is that?
Or would you think 20 years ago that he'd be doing Just Eat adverts?
No, of course he wouldn't.
Even like you got to think Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, he's fucking.
Yeah, but Shaquille O'Neal's a basketball player. Has got millions of pounds.
Yeah, he's got millions, but he's getting endorsed in so much shit. He's practically involved in nearly every business in the States. Yeah, you got The Rock.
But he's not. Really,
but he invests in them. He invests in them.
What's that got to do with rap though?
No, wait, hold on for a second. Yeah, but I'm just saying that.
How is the new rapper coming along in the world right now, who's the best rapper you've ever heard, and he can spit the most fiery shit you ever heard, can make your heart cry, can make your hair stand up on your arm? How is he making a living? How is he gonna go on there, get a TuneCore account, get a Ditto account, get a DistroKid account, upload his music to Spotify, all the online, the Deezers, all the online, the Amazons, all them streaming sites, all hyped up? Yes, I'm doing it for myself. He puts it out there, pays his £39 for his year subscription to have his music on all them stores, and when it gets to the end of the year, all he streamed back in is a couple £100 or a few thousand, if he's lucky. How is he going to then go and make a living? With these things are killing you out. There is no scene. It's just people making music.
Never thought about that.
And then they put it out into the world to be robbed, to not get nothing from it.
There is a few, like you said.
You have to be getting millions every week.
So how would you, if there's a young artist wanting to get into the game, what would you advise them?
Go back to printing your own CDs.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Find your own niche market. Find your bubbles of fans. Like, see, I went on tour with a guy called Don Pacino from Wu-Tang Killer Army, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
They're from Killer Army. They were a good group. Wu-Tang affiliates back in the day.
Just came down.
Yeah, Capadonna just came down last week.
Yeah, literally last
week. Or the other day.
Yeah,
Thursday.
Cafe. Yeah.
That's Thursday. Yeah. I opened up for Jizza there as well. Too funky. But I went on tour with Don Pacino, and he's the realest dude that in the music industry that I've ever seen, right? Especially that comes from the States. Most of these artists from the States, they're wet, soft, pathetic, right? But him, I went on tour with him went Europe, we went Austria, we went here, and he said to me, His advice was find bubbles, right? Because it doesn't matter about having 1 million fans, right? All you need is up to 1,000 fans. And you can put a record out every 3 months and sell for $50, right? Double C, you spend 3 months in your own studio recording a double album, right? And you sell it on CD to your 1,000 fans for $50.
All right, I was going to stop you there one sec, yeah? Chase, this is to you. You know Rafes, yeah? Do you think he's got a bubble of fans, or do you think he's more...
Yeah, that's a
Who?
good question.
We want Rafes.
Rafes?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's Rafes?
So
So,
basically, like, do you think he's got a solid core fan base?
because look, I'll be honest with you, yeah? So, like I said, yeah, look...
No.
Drifters, you know, it's that kind
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, with the online thing, because attention span's so short,
Yeah.
that's why you guys have to make reels to capture people to come and watch your long ass podcast on YouTube. You got to guess that's the game, because no one has the
They
mental
don't have the
capacity
attention
to
span,
do
innit?
that.
Yeah.
Right, says, I like it, that's all right, yeah. Battery's dead. Charger, I ain't got my charger. And that's the world we live in now.
Yeah.
And that's the
And you can't do nothing about it.
It's a sad thing, you're right.
Millions of kids were like Central C. They'll probably go to his shows.
Yeah.
Right? And they will probably buy his record if he puts one out, a CD out. Right? But there's 1 million Central C's and better than Central C's out there that have got, they're paying for streams.
Yeah,
to look
yeah,
good.
yeah.
What are you paying for?
You just need, you know what it is? You just need the right
You know what I'm saying?
guidance.
It don't make sense
Yeah,
to me.
no.
But I was going to say, yeah, a couple of artists from UK have been doing, like you said, hard copies, USBs and stuff like that. They've been showing stuff like that.
I mean, USBs don't really work because no one really uses USB. Unless it's a USB-C.
Oh, yeah.
SBCs,
You know what I'm saying? Like half the people that listen to music don't even own a laptop. I work with young people all the time, right? And they don't know how to use laptops.
They've got internet connection, that's it, innit?
know
See it, they got phone.
coming up.
Huh?
I didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah, Sidewinder.
They can't even use laptops, so what's the point of getting a USB? But CDs,
All
so
the tape
collectors,
shit
so
from back in
the
the
hip hop
day.
we do, right, is more traditional hip hop, right? So there's people that are the fans of that music have been around for as long as I have, at least. So they still like to have the physical, a record, a CD, a T-shirt, some kind of memorabilia, because they collect.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can find, say, 100 people that collect CDs, sell them a CD for £10, £1,000. Right, just keep churning out. So you can make a living in it.
But you just got to do it the right way.
Yeah. But what happens is everyone's chasing these big numbers. I just got 1 million streams on YouTube. Did you? What channel do you get on? Linked Up TV, yeah? Yeah, how do you know? Yeah, because, you know, how much did you pay? What do you mean? Well, how much did you pay them to put
get
your
on,
video?
Yeah.
See how that works? It's like you're going to pay them 500 quid to put the video that you just paid 500 quid to make. So it's cost you £1,000 already to get on their channel.
Yeah.
They then take 250 of that 500 quid and buy £250 worth of streams
To make it look like...
So when it comes out, the numbers go up. You're gassed because you just go, look at that one day, 100,000 streams, balling, hands popping. You're not popping.
They've just done that for you.
That's 100,000 bots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like 10 comments, 100,000 views in a day. Come on, that's bots. It's an illusion.
Yeah. You got to make it make sense, innit, man?
I just want to say we do not pay for subscribers.
Yes, they don't prescribe. I don't
You
know.
can probably tell we don't believe for
But
subscribers.
serious though, like that's it's not about subscribers, that's views. That's what they do. This is the game, and that's what they do. And and you look online, the average person looks online, goes, well, they must be good
Hit subscribe.
because look how many views they got.
Yeah,
And
that's what it is.
then we get to the mentality of these. So my friend's cousin, my friend was showing him a video, right, and he goes, I don't want to see it. That's how many views he got. He's got a couple hundred. Just come out. He goes, I don't want to see it. That's shit. Why? You ain't even seen it. He's only got 300 views, 400 views.
He ain't had the bot plays yet.
What are you talking about, man? You ain't even seen it yet. And you're saying it's rubbish. But that's the mentality we're living with.
Yeah.
Right? If it hasn't got the views already, so young people are out there putting music out and automatically they've got to get views. Right?
If they don't, then it's shit.
Yeah, I just want to see, they think they're shit. Well, then that ain't the case. Just means you haven't paid for the views.
You may even
yet.
get views for the wrong reasons, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? You're getting people, them old people, Baz and Dave. Baz and Dave. Yeah, the long-haired one. I swear one of them was out of Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels anyway. Yeah. But you got them people, right? That's just a gimmick. They're doing more numbers than the biggest artists.
Yeah.
Serious artists have serious music.
There's certain that their grandsons are writing the tunes in it. And
You
then
know,
it's-
it was a joke. You know, what's his name? Man's Not Hot, Shaq.
What about YJ?
Yeah.
Do you know YJ?
The little
Do
skinny
the
guy.
YJ.
The little skinny guy.
He puts his heart in this.
The little skinny guy. I see
Do
him.
it, man. He puts his heart.
I seen him the other day. But like, you got serious artists that are really putting their heart and soul into
Yeah.
their songs.
Yeah, no, for
Right?
They're not getting the
And you got
recognition
these
in it, man.
jokers coming. So when you see that, like, Shaq, Man's Not Hot, blowing up like that, for that
Bro,
for a
I
song,
hated that
That
tune.
just made the whole industry a joke.
I
Yeah,
hated
for
That's
it.
real.
made music
For real.
mainstream.
Big facts,
joke.
man.
Did he perform at the Ballon d'Or?
Oh, man,
Bro.
Oh my god!
He went all that. He went all the way up from that.
What?
He did that. He did
Bro,
that.
shut up, man.
But it was good though. It wasn't
Nah,
bad.
no.
It was funny.
Nah.
It
Yeah, it was
bang
funny.
on.
It was funny, innit? That's what it was supposed to
It
be.
was a
and
great caricature of one of these drill rappers.
Yeah.
That's basically when I look at these drill rappers. That's what
what you
I
think.
see.
Yeah, for
So
real.
whoever you say is a drill rapper, said just well, I just see Shaq. Every single one of them, all of them, 10 toes, 2 toes. You know, Shankavelli.
All of them.
Shankavelli.
You know Shankavelli? No, Shankavelli. It's like Shankavelli. You know Shankavelli?
No, I've heard
What
of
about Little Shanks? You know?
There's probably some.
All I see whenever any of these rappers, all of them, Digga D's, all these dudes, man, whatever they're called, right? Every single one of them.
I think you meant Dutchavelli.
No, Digga D's a real rapper.
You said Dingo D.
Did I say Dingo D?
You said Dingo D.
Yeah, Dingo D. Dingo D.
All of them. Central C, Dingle D.
Ducciapelli. Yeah, Ducciapelli. Yeah, but all
shit.
these guys. So when I see all this rap, the way all I see is that. But that's just me being out. Don't mean it's rubbish.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's good. Just means I don't like that. And to me, it's a joke. That's me being older, and I'm not into that.
All right.
I don't mean it's rubbish though. You know, they have got some good lyrical content, some of them. But yeah, to me, I'm at that age where I'm looking back at the kids and go, back in my day.
Do you think it's because what you do for a living, or do you think?
I was just about to get into that. So,
Yeah.
do you want to tell them what you do for a
think-
living?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm older. I think it's because what I do for a living is because I've lived this life, and
Yeah.
I can and I see the faults in it. I see my wrongs. I see what needs changing in myself and society. So that's when I became a youth worker.
Yeah.
And started working with young people.
How did that come about?
Huh?
How did that come about?
I fell into it really. Obviously, I do the music and I'm an engineer
Yeah.
as well.
And they're looking for.
There was a project a couple of years ago called the Yes Media Project. It was like a youth project, and I was actually on the sick of the council when I worked at the council. Yeah,
Allegedly.
Big up Laycroft Road.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
big up Sam Willett. Yeah, yeah. Big up all them Laycroft Roaders. Yeah, I hated that job every minute of it. They used to have me sweeping Highfields. You know how hard that was. You know how hard that is. Highfields,
Well.
right? From Eggington, they still the Eggington block, right? Hartington Road, all the way up to St.
Yeah, you're in heart of fields, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in the heart of fields, up and down them hills. You know how hard that is?
fucking
Right, because it's
Long
filthy
days,
round there.
bro. That is.
Filthy round there. Right, you know, it's pan packets on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
You know how hard pan packets are to sweep up? Yeah, and this was
You
during
can tell me.
COVID, and during COVID as well, where there's billions of wipes and gloves everywhere. Highfields was a killer.
Oh, man.
So yeah, big up to the council. Yeah, so I was on the sick. That was the last time I worked there actually as well. So yeah, I was on the sick, and then my old friend, messaged me and said like he's doing a bit of this project, and his engineers let him down. You know, I pay me. Do you want to come? I was like, yeah, I'm on the sick, some extra money. Why not? So I flew down there, and that was at the Highfield Centre, and I did some sessions there, and then a job came up there for like an arts lead.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? I do all the art stuff. So I do anything digital arts, you know, cameras, photography, videos, everything, podcast, everything. We do all.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, why not? So I applied for a job, got a job there, and I was there for a year. And then when I applied for the job, I seen a youth work course came up as well. And I thought, why not? Just do the course. I've got lived experience. I care about young people. You know, I care what happens to children. I don't live that way anymore. I haven't lived like that way for a long time. And I'd love to see young people learn from my experiences and do better with themselves.
Do you ever think like you're balancing the scales of life and thinking, I've done bad shit in my life, let me do some good
Yeah, you
shit
have to. Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, I think if you do too much, if you live a bad life, you get to a point where you've got to either justify it to yourself or you got to make wrong your rights somehow.
Do you think it's ever too late?
Never too late to change, no, because it's not.
And was it the best decision you ever made?
Changing, moving to Leicester.
Yeah.
Moving to Leicester, definitely best decision. Yeah, I go about fail.
Okay. So you can look in this camera and give one piece of advice to any younger who's lost right now, who doesn't know where to go in life.
Because if you're lost right now and you're a young person that's watching this and you're lost, come and see me at Leicestershire Cares. Right, it's on Tower Street behind the prison. Right, it might be your last stop before you end up in the prison. So come and see me first.
Yep.
And I'll give you all the advice I can possibly give you, all the support that you could ever need, that I can possibly give you, and do our best not to let you down. And we'll always be there for you.
Yeah,
and there's always hope. There's always hope.
Facts.
Start listening to yourself, not other people.
Respect for that. Do you want to know? Let them know where they can hear your music, your Instagram.
Yeah.
You said you're taking it all off.
It's all coming off off the Spotify and that, but you can see it on my Bandcamp website. So you just go Shakezpeare, ShakeZpeare at Bandcamp, or Google it. You'll find me. But the Bandcamp is where you can buy CDs. Where you can actually buy. You can buy it. Then you own it. Instead of just streaming it, and you don't pay your subscription, you lose it.
Yeah, no, facts. You're right.
So you just buy it. Come and buy it.
Something you own.
Yeah, something you own physically.
Last thing. What's your plans for the future?
To continue helping young people. We didn't really talk about the youth stuff, but to continue helping young people and building better provisions and giving more opportunities for young people of Leicester, hopefully further afield in the future. But right now, the young people of Leicester need help. We're here to give them help. I'm here to give them help. That's all I want to do.
I just want to ask a question. So obviously, with the youth of today and the youth of your time, do you think there's a major difference in behaviors?
Yeah.
And do you think it's more difficult for the kids now
today,
than it is back then?
Yeah, I gave this a lot of thought. And with the kids, it's back then. I don't know. It's so much deeper now. I do believe mobile phones and the internet has had a massive effect.
100.
Young people have
Facts.
less empathy now, right? They're cold. You got to remember the kids of today. So an 18-year-old now has grew up with an iPhone. He grew up with a PS3, 4,
Internet.
right? Internet, online, and all these things play a part. Like anyone says, right? Call of Duty. You're running around shooting people all day, right? I remember Vice City. Yeah, you go around raping women in that game, right? Vice City, GTA Vice City. They could rape prostitutes in it. Right? All that mad stuff like that, right? They've grew up. Then you got GTA. We had Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat, if you knew the blood code. Like, they're hardly, you know what I mean? The worst game we had was Slaughterhouse, and they banned it.
Yeah.
All right, when I was young, that was on the SNES, and they banned it because it was bad, because that's too much blood in it. But these games the kids got today, that's the games, all these things take away their empathy. Right? Now, there's loads of research into computers and how kids get desensitized to things, so their empathy's gone. So we like to think, we were bad boys when we were young. But no, these kids are way more dangerous. Like when I was younger, it was more gun crime. There was a lot of shootings, right? And now people get shot from a distance. Now when they kill somebody, they really kill somebody. They're up close and personal. They're stabbing them. They're taking their life. They're like Vikings, right? All they need is shields. If these kids ever find shields, then everyone's in trouble. They'll be like shield walls, and they got these big ass zombie knives. But I think they have less empathy than what they did, than what we did. Yeah, I think technology's kind of ruined them a bit. But the kids today are worse than we ever was. Yeah. But they also lost. And they also lost because it's like their intelligence has dropped and their empathy and their lack of empathy has gone up. So they can't even see. Like, I like to think when we were young doing it, we were still trying to get money. We were on the streets looking for money. We were on the streets rolling around looking to kill people or stab people. That wasn't our own purpose. Our purpose was to get money. If that happened along the way, then the situation, it would deal with it how it came. Yeah. But yeah, these kids now, they're out hunting people. They're hunting their ops. If that makes sense. So it's just different. Yeah, they are worse than we could ever have been.
Hopefully the world will become a better place one day.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, they will. I'm here to do that.
Yeah, man.
I'm here to do that, and I'm not going to stop until we've done that.
Hopefully it is.
You know what I mean?
Big up all the sponsors each and every
Yeah.
week. So big up Gypsy Lane Chippy. They've got another award this week.
They have?
Yep. Big up. You hat off.
Obviously, man. Man-made barbers, come on. I messed up my beard, so no, yeah, it's a bit shorter. It's not Cameron's fault, it's mine.
Big up Flexi Vehicle Hire each and every time. Skirt.
Time.
Big up Mama's Kitchen, Pyro 2, Imbrief Designs. This week I forgot the trainers at home. That was my fault. Leicester Podcast Studio each and every time.
Each and every time.
And yeah, it's a wrap, man.
That's
It's
it.
a wrap.
Let's go.
I was just making sure I got all the sponsors. Let me just double check. Man-made, Flexi, Pyro 2. Yep. Got all in.
Skirt.
That's good. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah.